Hey guys, I came across an article the other day that I wanted to talk about with you guys. Well, it wasn't really an article, it's actually from NPR. It was just a snippet of a show, and they did a little write-up to accompany it. And it's about Sally Mann, the photographer. And if you guys have never heard of her, she is a fairly successful photographer, art photographer, and she has used her children as subject matter, or did use her children as subject matter. And it was really controversial because a lot of times her kids were nude. And I remember studying her in some of my art history classes when I was in college. And, I remember us, just vaguely talking about some of the controversies surrounding it, but we didn't go really in depth on, why you may or may not want to photograph your children in the nude and then display them in public. I think because they were art classes, and perspective is everything, right? And in art, I mean, there's nude everywhere. So for artists, it isn't that unusual. But for the general public, they found it a bit shocking, maybe more than a bit shocking. And through the years, she's popped up in news articles and shows that I've seen, and I've seen a lot of different viewpoints on her and on her work, and on people who have done things like her. She's not the first nor the last person to photograph her children or any children in the nude. So I kind of wanted to share with you just a snippet of a quote from the article. And, she said that critics said that her work eroticized children. And she said, well, the photos are misinterpreted. That's not what I meant at all. What she meant was that, that was everyday life for them. The kids were just naked, up until they were, hitting puberty. She decided that was when, kind of the cutoff was. But when they were kids, she just didn't see what the problem was, because that was just regular for them. And the quote is, "I was surprised by the vehemence, I guess, of the letters and the dead certainty that so many people had that they understood my motivations and feelings and who my children were. People feel like they understand the children just by virtue of looking at the pictures, but those aren't my children. Those are photographs of my children. They're just a tiny, tiny moment slivered out of time, a 30th of a second." And I feel like that is common, and not just common, but rampant in art and in everything. I've noticed it a ton when I've posted photos on Facebook or in my videos. People assume that it needs to be a certain way when that maybe wasn't my intention. Maybe I didn't want to post something that looks like something everybody else does. Maybe I didn't want to post your traditional portrait that you might see in some conservative person's home. Not to make it about me, because this is really a more general topic that I wanted to bring up with you guys, just as a way to start your thought processes. When thinking about art, or photography in general, or art in general, it is all about intent, isn't it? And, they say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder and stuff like that. But really, when you're talking about art, it is about the intent a lot of times. And my phone keeps dinging, and I don't know if you guys can hear that. My sister's trying to plan her wedding, and I'm apparently first on the list to check things over with. So anyway, that's beside the point. Anyway, that's a good way to kind of stop myself from rambling on. But my thoughts are, you know, aside from this woman's art, from Ms. Mann's art, you know, I don't want to get into that discussion of whether or not you should photograph children in any certain way, because I think that's up to you what you want to do. But my question to you guys is, does it matter? Does it matter what the artist's, what the photographer's intention is? Or is a photo a good photo if it fits into certain parameters, and otherwise it just isn't? It just isn't a good photo. It doesn't matter what the artist meant to do, and if they like it, it doesn't matter. It's not good if it doesn't fit within, you know, certain parameters. That's my question to you. What do you think about that? And that's also my my little tidbit of the day to get your thought processes flowing and for you to think about when you see photos online. You know, before you say, oh, well, that's not good because blah, blah, blah. Well, are you sure? Are you sure? Maybe the artist meant to do that. And is that okay? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. It depends on what you think. So that's it. That's what I want to know today. I have to go find Leroy Brown the cat and take him to the vet right now. So, so that's all I have time for today. But I will definitely talk to you guys later, and I will be really looking forward to seeing your comments in the comments on YouTube and on the Facebook post. That's it. I'll talk to you guys later.